Hello, friends. It is Jesse just offering you some motivation and inspiration on this beautiful day. I was thinking that there are a lot of people out there who like to tell you that people don't change. I hear this regularly on the mystery murder television shows that my wife and I like to watch together. The cops and detectives on these shows say, people never change. And I also hear it to a lesser extent, but I hear it from people in my LinkedIn network. I think there's a couple reasons why people say this. One reason is probably because we feel like there's a great deal of continuity in our own lives, and so we believe that we are essentially the same person that we've always been. We don't really necessarily recognize the immense ways that we have changed over time because we ascribe those changes to other things, or sometimes we simply don't recognize it. But the fact is that your personality has changed dramatically from the time that you were younger, and your personality will continue to evolve over the years for the rest of your life, as I previously discussed in my book review of Personality Isn't Permanent by Benjamin Hardy. But there's more to it than that. The reason this is kind of problematic is people often say that people never change because people like to feel superior to other people. People like to judge other people. It gives us a sense of superiority to feel like we are better than other people. And if we know that someone has made a mistake in the past, the fact that they made the mistake and we did not, or that our mistake wasn't as bad as theirs, allows us to feel superior to this other person. If we believed that this other person could change and improve themselves, then that would diminish our own sense of superiority. So it becomes important for our ego to believe that the other person cannot change. And that's one reason why this is such a popular line in our culture, and especially in our television shows. It's because we don't want to believe that the other person can change, because their ability to change threatens our superior status. It's a threat to the ego to believe that the other person can change. But you, my friends, are not tied to this need to continually assuage your ego, because you, my friends, know that you're able to change. And in fact, we all change all the time. We can, moreover, change consciously. And I think this is the most exciting thing about change, is the ability to change consciously, to choose the ways that we're going to change. For example, over the last several years, I have greatly improved my physical health by exercising regularly. I run, I lift weights. I'm in much better shape than I was 5 years ago, considerably better shape than I was in 10 years ago. Psychologically, I'm in a much better place now than I was 8 years ago. And a lot of that is because of all the self-help books that I've read. A lot of it is also because I started practicing some mindfulness and emotional awareness, emotional intelligence, whatever you like to call it. The pause before the reaction, right? Being aware that we have emotional responses, but we don't have to act on our emotional responses. It's a very powerful thing to become aware of. And once you start practicing that, it can really change your life experience as well as your relationships with other people. That's not to say that I don't sometimes slip up and get mad at people when it would have been better to keep my damn mouth shut. But I'm better than I was several years ago, and I hope to continue getting better. And that is a process of change, intentional change, right? You can make these kinds of changes in your life. It takes conscious decision, it takes work, it involves occasionally slipping, forgiving yourself for occasionally slipping, and deciding to keep going with your process. But it is a conscious choice that you can make. You can make that choice starting today if you haven't already made that choice. And I hope that you will choose to make today an amazing day, my friends. Thanks very much for listening. I hope you have a fantastic day. See you later. Bye-bye.